Welcome, welcome everyone to Social Studio with Helena and Michelle. We love
Hey,
helping you with your marketing tips and strategies. How are you today, Michelle?
I'm doing awesome. How about you, Helena?
Wonderful. I think I'm kind of frozen, but we're going to let this
Oh,
show go on.
as we often do.
Absolutely. So if you
Yes,
don't mind, go ahead and introduce yourself and then I'll introduce myself.
sure. So I love being here every week with Helena. My name is Michelle, and I own Triangle Social Media. My business is to help business owners with their social media platforms, social media management, content creation, workshops, social media coaching. And lately, that's been a really strong thing. People are wanting some one on one help. So reach out if you need any help with your social media, Michelle at trianglesocialmedia.com.
Awesome. And guys, I'm Helena Richardson. I'm a former NASA IT specialist and founder of H-Rich Networks. At H-Rich Networks, we help you to develop an SEO techniques that help you drive more traffic to your website. And by doing this, we address those problems that might prevent search engines from fully crawling your website. So remember, guys, that your online experience begin with the search engine, right? So you can learn more about our website by visiting www.hrichnetworks.com. So as we mentioned, we love helping you guys with your marketing tips and strategies. So this for the next 10 weeks, we'll be discussing 10 ways to help your customers fall in love with your brand. So last week we talked about giving awesome customer service. This week we will be discussing how to create valuable content. So guys, and we've talked about this before. We heard about that cliche about being able to that content is king, right? Well, we know that content is critical when it comes to trying to capture the attention of the busy professionals, right, Michelle? And keep them engaged and informed.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So,
Absolutely.
if we know or if knowing what we're talking about and demonstrating it, it will help us to develop authoritative content, I would say. So, listen,
Mm-hmm.
um, we can use if we think about it, there are a variety, right, of technique aids that are out there. um, Maybe a couple of weeks we talked about AI, right? So there are some benefits to using those tools, and there are some cons, I would say. So if you think about the benefits, it saves you time. You don't need
Mm-hmm.
to produce the content. It's lower cost for production. And what I mean by that, if you have to hire someone to produce your content, it may be a little more expensive. The ability to generate the content, and it may be more engaging, but there's some drawbacks. I think, Michelle, and help me with this. People really want you to be authentic. And let me see if I remove myself and bring myself.
Yeah, glitchiness. I can hear
Yes,
you fine though, just by
I'm
the way. We can hear
oh,
you
good, good.
perfect.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's great. So, when we think about those drawbacks, and Michelle and I talked about that, people really want the human creativity in
Mm-hmm.
you. They want to see or hear your creativity or your help me, Michelle. I'm trying to think of a word. And
Well, yes. I mean, it's such a big topic. So,
Mhm,
in regards to AI, like AI is, I think, could be helpful. I haven't really used it myself. I've tested it a little bit,
mhm.
and it could give you prompts, it could give you information, but you need to test and make sure that's accurate. Because I've
Right.
heard of situations where it's inaccurate, or somebody posted something and they didn't really look at it thoroughly, because then later they don't remember saying that. When you when you write something, you're going to remember what you said because it came from you, right? But
Exactly.
if you're using AI all the time for the commentary, you're not going to remember everything because you didn't say it. Just keep things in mind. It's all a balance. I think tools can be help. Any kind of tool is
Hmm.
helpful for content, but when you say authentic, people want to know your brand, your personality. They want to see your face, hear your voice. And actually, I talk a lot about videos, and video is not optional anymore. It's just not optional. So if you haven't done video, GPT chat thingy can't do well, they do actually have AI people like
Yeah, they
people and
do.
voices and all that. But
Yes.
I've seen it and it looks kind of robotic. Maybe they'll perfect it, but nobody can duplicate you, the human person, with your personality, your feelings, your authenticity, your hand movements and your
Hmm.
just the way you talk, right? The way you say things. And
Yeah.
I think it's so valuable for people to get that deeper connection with you as you share video. And I'm challenging myself, actually, Helena, to do this.
Hmm.
And I'm in a women in networking group, and we all talked about like what are our goals for ourselves currently. And
Hmm.
so I do a lot of content. I do videos, but even I am trying to challenge myself to do more. And not just for the sake of throwing stuff out there, but really thinking ahead about brainstorming ideas for, value based content that will share and encourage others and maybe spotlight others. And so there's a lot of different ways to do that, but definitely video is king at the top of all the content ideas. And
Hmm.
your face on camera is the best thing. Now, how you do that and what you talk about and that's another topic of discussion and ideas, and that's something that
Absolutely.
I help people with. But I think you definitely need to go there if you have it, because a lot of people are afraid. They're shy, they're camera shy.
Hmm.
And it's I feel like it's critical to grow your business. So
Absolutely. And I've been in technology over 30 years, so I've seen the trends. I've seen how things have progressed. And it has gotten a lot better, I tell you guys. I mean, from the way we coded back in the day, it's moving a lot quicker. Things are moving a lot quicker. So that means
mhm,
customers expect to get high quality, consistent content, from their favorite brand. So we know that content consistency, CC, establishes your
yeah,
credibility, and it target your audience needs. So as Michelle
right.
was saying, we have to realize our own language or our own um, agenda that we're trying
Mhm,
to present to our customers. And it really
yeah,
warrants you being authentic. You have to stay consistent. And these attributes really helps to build trust, and it strengthens your reputation. It really does,
mhm,
guys. And if there is anything that you may need, guys, reach out to us because we are willing to help. You can hire us as content writers or administrators to help you create great content for your blogs, your social media posts, email campaigns, your well, I say social media. Like I say, customers really
yeah,
expect high quality content, and just be consistent from their be consistent in what you do, because if not,
mhm,
they're going to go somewhere else, and you're going to really confuse your audience if you don't send out content that is creative for your brand.
mhm,
So we don't want to
yeah,
confuse our customers. So,
right.
make sure you check your content. Remember, we talked about you hiring someone. Yes, you can hire someone, and I think that would able to be able to be creative with your brand if you hire someone rather than doing AI, right?
Mhm, mhm,
Because remember, you're dealing with a computer, right? So code is written in the back to answer various questions. So You can look at AI as one of, when you go to a website and then they say, how can I help you? That's a form of AI. It's a
Hmm.
computer that's been generated to answer key questions. And sometimes, if you notice, you can ask the same question twice and they're going to just repeat the same exact thing twice. So I really prefer to get a real person for
Yeah.
me. And I'm techie. And
Hmm.
um I love the way technology is changing, but like I say, I really prefer a human, because humans, you can um get less errors, so to speak, but it's someone that can actually listen to you and
Hmm.
able to get exactly what you're trying to create. Because listen, using these automative um, content, it's great, but it
Hmm.
won't give you the realization of who you are as a brand, I think, if you want people to really know who you are.
I agree. I agree. So that even if you are using it to some extent, don't depend on it 100%,
Right,
and put yourself
exactly.
in your. And then even just within that topic of content, like photos, um, I highly recommend hiring a branding photographer and get a
Hmm.
branding shoot done. And then even if you take your own candid photos, they don't always have to be posed. I
Right.
think if you and you see this a lot on different TikTok or Instagram, either photos or videos of you working, and it could be profile. You could be sitting at a computer. You could be out going for a walk. It could be all different things. It doesn't have to be like face frontal,
Professional, yeah.
pose with a smile. You could be talking to someone. You could be engaged in your business, working with a client on the phone, just all different things. I think those are interesting because then you can add commentary that adds more detail surrounding that photo or video. So just think about the photos that you're using, and you can randomly take photos out and about throughout the day showing maybe behind the scenes, share
Hmm.
a story about your business behind the scenes, etc. And then if you do use other kinds of graphics and photos, it's best, I mean, you can use a copyright free photo, um, but really authentic branded photos will do better because they're real, they're branded, they have to do with you. And versus some generic photos, it's like, oh, I've seen that on several websites and now I'm seeing it again. It's not
Right.
real,
It's
it's just
not
like
who
a
you
post.
are. Like
Yeah.
I love using, now I use this is my professional headshot, but I love, sometime I may be out with my husband or my grandbabies or just out and about, like Michelle is saying. I've taken pictures of me running up and down stairs. So what does that have to do with technology? A lot,
Yeah.
because you need to get your body in shape. You can't sit there and do any work as a technology person. We spend many hours writing code or helping with your brand. So if I'm not equipped to do it, then you know how can I help you? So we have to take care of our personal ex-
Yeah.
um as well.
Hmm.
I've taken pictures where I'm like doing this crazy smile, you know or frown. I've had pictures where I'm taking a picture with me and my grandpuppy, and I'll say
Aw.
something in regards to that you
I
know
love that.
so yeah. And it's just being who you are. That's who
Yeah.
I am. Most of you may not
Hmm.
see the silly side of me, but I'm very silly. I love laughter.
Yeah.
And you, on all my pictures, you see me smiling. I'm just, this picture here has got me with a little smirk. But you know what? It's okay. I may use it on
Hey,
something.
I'm so glad we can hear you. Technology, we have a history of troubled relationship with technology, and it's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay because we push through and we've conquered. We can hear your beautiful voice, and who knows what's going on with StreamYard.
That's okay. But
But
guess what? You can hear us. Like
yes,
Michelle said, we're going to just continue to move on. So,
that's right.
speaking of moving on, guys, we'll see you again next week. And Michelle, what's our topic for next week?
So I don't have it in front of me. You'll have to
Is
tell us.
it is it under promise, over
Yes, under
delivery? Does that
promise,
sound
over
right?
deliver. That
Okay,
sounds
cool.
right. So,
So I
yes,
have
and
here, it
mhm,
says under promise, over delivery. So what does that mean? Oh
mhm.
my.
Let's
That could
talk
mean
more
many
about that.
things, right?
Sure. Yeah, and these are just, I mean, there's really, the list could go on and on if we would just sit here and bring up, example after example of how to engage with and build relationships with your customers, your clients, and what are some things that you can do to
Hmm.
improve your business, just business ethics and ideas to grow. So we look forward to seeing you guys next Thursday at 5 p.m. Be sure to join the group and tune in, and you'll see the notifications and whatnot for the live every Friday at 5 p.m. Sound good?
Sound good. Take
All
care,
right.
guys.
Thank
We'll
you
see you
guys.
next
Take
week.
care. We'll see
Bye
you next
bye.